Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 21 of What If Naruto was sent to the Marvel world. Remember to get this one to 200 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Naruto is from the two greatest clans and enjoy that guys. And also over on Anime King 2 I post a new episode of What If Izuna Uchiha was Naruto's ancestor. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And also later on I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Orochimaru was Naruto's father. So stay in tune for that and I hope you guys enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. Without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last time we left off, Naruto met Okoi as she was a bald woman with a lot of gold rings around her neck as she asked Naruto what did you want to know here, as he told her he just wanted to know about the place, as she brought him to a secluded area, as she then tried to attack him to end his life. As Naruto was just more curious, why would they try to stop him from knowing what is going on inside? It seems like Wakanda was a very mysterious place. As Ilyana took on the other three girls, as Naruto was quite surprised to see how Ilyana dealt with them, as she has gotten a lot stronger and know how to handle her powers now. As Naruto told Okoi that it was over, he just wanted to see how strong Ilyana has gotten. So that is why he allowed her to take on those three, as Naruto quickly defeated Okoi, as he brought her along with him, as he used a mind invasion jutsu and entered her mind, as he got a lot of information. Some time passed as Okoi was in front of the leader, as she explained to him everything that happened, as the man told her to don't go after him for the killing again, send out all information to the others to say that they want to have a meeting with him, as the king truly wanted to talk to this curious boy and to see what he's truly after, and he said if Naruto tried to kill him and is successful, he will spend the rest of his life in hiding from Wakanda. Meanwhile, T'Challa and his little sister, they were at the lab, as night came quickly, as Naruto was watching the buildings as he saw hundreds of men dressed in military gear with all kinds of machine guns as they started to storm the building. As T'Challa's little sister was inside, as the wall exploded as she was kidnapped by her own cousin, as she was surprised to see that he was behind all of this, as he was the one that gave the man the bullet that could pierce vibranium armor and gave them the location inside of this place, as they took her, as she was a smart girl who could advance their weapons greatly. As T'Challa came out of his room and he heard the explosions, as Naruto also headed towards the building, as T'Challa was met with a number of armed guards, but he had on his Black Panther suit and they couldn't stop his force as he tear through all of them. When he finally got to the room, he saw one of the elders on the ground, as the man told him to turn around, as he turned. So yeah guys, that was basically last where we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So, what do you say we begin this new episode? The prince tried to keep calm as he pressed his hands against Mbaba's wound, trying to keep him from bleeding out. What happened, he asked. Tishan, said Mbaba. What? The Tishan took her? Behind you, said Mbaba. T'Challa blinked in surprise as he saw Tishan lean against the entrance with a smile on his face. T'Challa stood up as he flexed his claws. Where is she? Know why? Usually in a moment like this, the hero demands an explanation. There is no need for you to explain yourself, T'Challa said. You took my sister. I don't care about anything but your corpse at my feet as I pummel my sister location out of your mouth. Tishan shrugged. That's fine. I can tell you later. Later? T'Challa said. He was about to say something else when pain coursed through his body as a purple lightning struck as his entire body suit was smoking as he fight the will to not drop to his knees. He would never kneel before his traitorous cousin. But another wave slammed into him as he cried out in pain as he dropped to his knees. As his body fell over, as he saw he was lying face to face with Mbaba. While his breathing was shallow, Mbaba was still alive, but there was a pool of blood around him as he would die very soon. As T'Challa then turned to see Tishan standing over him with a handgun in his hand as he pulled back the hammer. "Sorry, old friend, let me put you out of your misery." "No!" said T'Challa. Bang! As the blood splattered all over his face, as T'Challa looked to see a huge hole in Mbaba's head. "I'm sorry, T'Challa. I really didn't want him to die," Tishan said as he kneeled down to his cousin. "I didn't want any of this to happen. I hope you would have been kept out of this, cousin. I had also hoped there would be less security in the city. But circumstances has made what to be done necessary." "Needs to be done," said T'Challa. "We need to escape," Tishan said. "And there isn't enough manpower to hunt us and manage damage control." As he pulled out his beads, a quick tap on one of the beads sent another volt of electricity through the Black Panther's body, this one worse than the other two. The pain was so great that T'Challa couldn't even scream in pain. He could only thrash around and move as his body drifted into unconsciousness. Meanwhile, Naruto scoffed as he looked at his jacket that was littered with bullet holes. "I gotta get to Tony about buying me a uniform or something, because buying new clothes is getting old really fast." As Naruto looked down at his feet as there was a man trying to crawl away, his two hands and his legs broken. As the man was grunting in pain as he tried to move his body, Naruto then brought down a force as he stepped into the man's back. As the man's head hit the floor, as he lay there unmoving, around Naruto was at least 20 other soldiers, all of them not even twitching a bit, as Naruto jumped over their bodies and entered the lobby. As he entered, he saw a group of men and women as they were all leaning up against the wall, looked like they were ready for a massacre. "Oh, hello," Naruto said. "Don't move and surrender now," the closest man said as he pointed his rifle at Naruto. "Why?" Naruto asked. What? The soldier said. "Why should I?" Naruto said. "Because we will kill you if you don't, obviously," the soldier said. "Whoa. Well, if that's the case," Naruto said. He quickly raised his hand as he activated his magnet release, as all of their guns were pulled away from them and turned to face them. As the head soldier looked at Naruto, "What the?" But he was cut off as the guns started to release every ammunition straight into their owner's head. As Naruto looked towards a group of hostages, "Go and get out of here before more show up." He created a set of clones. "Quickly now," he said. "They will keep you safe." Naruto then turned as he continued his trip through the building, as he created another set of clones as they departed to see if any others needed saving. As Naruto walked through a large double door, as he saw he enter some kind of laboratory. As Naruto saw a large hole in the wall and a body lying in a pool of blood. But before he could explain any further, a large explosion shook the city as he saw the light, the fire, sparking up over the horizon. The explosions were followed by 3 more, as those were the key areas in the city. As the last one made Naruto start to sweat, as the sound of explosion went off, as Naruto clones got exploded, as Ilyana was near the last one. No, 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 no! As the area around Naruto started to become thick and tense. "Naruto, calm down, I'm sure she's fine," said Kurama. But Naruto did not listen to him. "I can't lose anyone else," he said, as he dashed towards the hotel. Moments earlier, Ilyana jumped out of bed as she heard the gunfires, as she pulled away the curtain to see the man's outside in the military suit. "Shit," she cursed as she quickly threw on her clothes and a pair of boots. As she quickly opened a portal as she went outside, as she saw 2 of the men fire into a group of civilians, as she created a portal as all the bullets went into it, and another portal appeared above them and the bullets started to fire up in the sky. "What the hell?" the 2 men said, as a portal then appeared under their feet as they fell into it as it closed up. She then saw a white van as it was driving, hitting anyone in its path. She quickly opened a portal in front of it, as she sliced the van in half by cutting off the portal in the center, as it came to a stop in front of her. She then noticed a red light blinking inside, as she saw a large bomb with only 4 seconds remaining. As she started back away from the van, boom! Back to the present time, Naruto arrived where the hotel once was, as it was just a crater now. Ilyana! Ilyana! He shouted, as Naruto used his wind of Infinity and blew away all the smoke and debris. As the buildings in the area collapsed on themselves, the streets were broken and torn apart. As Naruto clones were helping the people out, getting them out of danger, Ilyana, Naruto said as he looked around. As Naruto became worried every second as he saw the dead bodies all around. Ilyana! Where are you? He said. Naruto, I know you're worried, but you got to calm down, Kurama screamed in his head. But Naruto ignored him as he screamed on top of his lungs, Ilyana! As Naruto heard a muffled voice calling from a few buildings over, as he dashed towards the source. As Naruto climbed up a broken building as he saw Ilyana kneeling next to someone, as her hands was over his stomach as he was bleeding out. Naruto, she called out. Naruto, help me please, she said. As Naruto rushed over to her as he looked her up and down for injuries. Are you alright? I'm fine, she said. I thought you were dead, Naruto said. Naruto, please, she interrupted. This guy is going to bleed out. As Naruto saw a piece of object launch in the boy's stomach, Naruto activated his 6th path chakra as he covered his arm in a yellow flame, as he channeled his special chakra into the boy. Barely a second later, the boy grunted in discomfortment as the object popped out and his wound closed a next second later. There, he should be fine now. As Naruto watches the kid blacked out. Naruto, what's going on? Ilyana asked. It looks like someone's attacking the city. I knew that something was going to happen, but I had no clue it was going to be like this. This explosion was aimed though. It looks like they were aiming for someone in the royal family. As he stopped talking as he noticed Ilyana's hands were shaking. Why? Why would anyone do something like this? Tears were running down her cheeks. All these innocent people. For what? Naruto placed a hand on her. I'm sorry, he said. Huh? For what? She asked. If I had known this would have escalated so badly, I would have sent you home a long time ago. You weren't ready for this. I made you run before you learned to crawl. Ilyana looked at him and she wiped her tears away. You're sending me home? Yes. No, she said. No, I'm not just going to leave like this. I'm going to make these bastards pay. This, you and me, we're a team. I just need a second. As Naruto looked at her, I just don't want to lose you, he said. I can't lose anyone else. Ilyana stood up, her face firm. You told me you need a team, that you can't do what you do by yourself. You asked for my help, well, you don't get to take it back. We're in this together, we're a team. You have my back and I have yours. We won't let each other die. As she formed a portal in front of her, as she held her hand in front of his face. Now, let's go. Naruto grabbed her hand as she pulled him up. A team, huh? Alright then, after you. As she jumped inside, quickly followed by her teammate. Meanwhile, Shuri blinked, as she could now see, as the bag was taken off her head, as she looked in front of her to see a man with a wicked smile on his face. Where am I? Shuri said. Do you have any idea who I am? She demanded as she tried her best to sound brave. The man with his smile on his face stepped forward. Of course we know who you are, Princess Shuri of Wakanda. You being who you are is the entire reason you're here after all. Well, who the hell are you then? Shuri asked. And where am I? The man just motioned for everyone else to leave the tent, as him and Shuri was the only one left inside. Here, a few yards out of Wakanda borders, in a camp with over 5,000 men ready to fight, 5,000 soldiers. My father and brother would raise this camp to the ground, Shuri said. But that doesn't need to happen. You can save all of your 5,000 soldiers and yourself. All you have to do is let me go. The man smirked. Tishan was right. You are truly intelligent. For a girl so young to bargain for your life the way you are truly his daughter. But your father won't risk sending a military force outside of Wakanda, seeing that my man is also armed with vibranium weapons that can break through their armor rather quickly. The fight for you will cause a stir in the entire world, and Wakanda will be relieved for what they are. And sure, your brother could sneak into the camp and extract you with his skills and his suit. But I'm sad to inform you that your brother has become a non-issue. Non-issue? Shuri asks, a sinking feeling overcoming her. Don't worry, princess, your brother is alive. However, he's in my custody. As a relief look came on Shuri's face that her brother was alive, as he patted her on the head. Who are you? She asked. My name is Achebe. I am the second in command of the militia here, Achebe said. I want to speak to the one in charge, Shuri said. Achebe chuckled. You really are so much like your father. And Ducky is resting for tonight. Maybe tomorrow before you leave. Like my father, Shuri asks. How do you know my father? Yes, I know your father. Are you Wakandan? No, I am Gudazan. Born and raised. Then how? How do you know my father and how do you know so much about Wakanda? No one else know about Wakanda, Shuri asked as she was confused. You will be surprised how many people know about your little country secret. But different between me and them is that I'm not quite satisfied the state that this world is in right now. So is that what this is all about? You kidnap me and my brother to reveal Wakanda's secrets? How cliche is that? You're no better than James Bond villain. Achebe chuckled. Don't presume to understand me, princess. But Shuri then spoke. I already know whatever I need to know by just talking to you. Do you understand what will happen if they figure out what Wakanda is? The world will change for the better and the worse. But you can't seem to understand that. She was about to say something else, but he slapped her across the face. He grabbed her by the face as he pulled her close. As he growled out in a low temper, that's exactly what we need. Once the world knows what Wakanda is, your empire will be forced to make a decision. Survive or fall, either way, no one will come out of it the same. Your father's greatest fear will be realized. My father doesn't fear anything, Shuri said. If you really think that, then your father isn't the man you think he is. As he released her face, your brother will be here in a few hours. We're holding him in a compound at the border so we can get his suit. If you behave, he can keep you company. But if you don't, the man then clocked his gun. Something bad is going to happen tonight. Meanwhile, T'Challa groaned as he regained consciousness, as his hands were bound as he was sitting in a chair. As he tried to break the bindings, but they didn't budge, even with his enhanced strength. It was as he tugged and pulled, he noticed that he was completely naked. Looking around, he saw that the room was rather empty, the only thing being him and the light bulb. As the door then swung open as three men walked in, each pushing in a large rock with bits of his armor all over it. Where am I? T'Challa asked. A familiar voice then spoke. You're in a compound, just outside the border. We had to take off your armor after all. I think I did too great of a job designing this dead man switch, though. It was quite a pain getting around it. As it was Tishan who was standing there, as he examined the helmet. What did you do to me back at the lab? T'Challa asked, as he tried to keep his stoic facade, as another man walked in with various instruments, all of them that caused pain. Oh, that? Back when I designed this suit, I placed a few fail-safes inside. A few worked for you, such as the dead man switch. Others were for me, like the electric switch set around the suit to shock you when I want, or another to blow you to Kingdom Come if I wanted to. How? When? T'Challa said in disbelief. You will be surprised by the amount of things a lead researcher can get away with when they're not supervised. Tampering with the vibranium armor, creating bullets that can pierce through the vibranium, setting bombs all over the city, or creating a glitch in the system that let an army of men sneak in. It's especially easy when you put all the attention on the girl. No one was focused on me, he said, as he gave the helmet to one of the men in the room. Why is this happening? Why are you doing this? T'Challa asks. Well, it's easy. Wakanda need to share what they have with the world. Sure, it will be messy, but I believe Wakanda will be the Kaslim of the next history. Sure, the man I ally with myself, he is a great evil, who would rather watch the world burn while sitting down eating a bag of popcorn. But he's a mean to an end. You're going to destroy our country, or do you not understand that? T'Challa said. as Tishan slammed his fist right into T'Challa's face. You don't understand, there is no one that loves our country more than me. Everything I do here is for Wakanda. We've been stagnant for nearly 100 years, and it won't be long for the rest of the world to catch up. Then what? What excuse we can use to hide from the world's problem? How long before our sense of superiority bites us in the ass? We need to change. And what happens when the world turns against us? T'Challa asks. What happens when the world doesn't change for the better? You have no idea what can happen, the consequences of it all. You're betting millions of lives. Can you really live with yourself knowing that you cursed millions of people? I will be known as the man for putting the world on track. Wakanda will be great because of me. T'Challa shook his head. You would make Wakanda burn if it means that you're the savior. I would let the world burn, Tishan said. As he ran his hand through his hair. Our debates have always amused me, cousin. But I'm sad to say, it would probably end here. Ashabi has already sent out his demands. By the end of it all, Wakanda will be pulled from the shadows and pushed into the light. As he walked out of the room, as he stopped at the door and looked at the man who was holding the Wakanda helmet. Take special care of the armor, boys. If you try and play with it, you might not like that result. As he slammed the door behind him, as T'Challa was left inside with the four men, as he looked at the one that was holding the helmet. The man was rather large, over 6 feet tall, with a muscular build. He then spoke. I got this, guys. One of the men asked, you sure? Yes, of course I can handle him, while you guys get a drink or two. The three chuckled as they went for the door. We owe you one. When you get to the camp, okay? If you want out, just knock twice, the guard outside will let you out. As they left and closed the door behind them. So you're the Black Panther, he said. T'Challa kept quiet as he looked up at the man. Huh, strong silent type, huh? As he grabbed the Black Panther by the top of his head and slammed his fist into his face. As he repeated the process a few more times and knocking him over in his chair. As T'Challa coughed up blood. I only heard rumors, stuff I heard through the grapevine. They say the Black Panther is a great warrior, that only the best of the best can hold the title. And I couldn't help but wonder how I stack up, if I was worthy of the title. If you let me out of these bindings, maybe we can see, said T'Challa. Don't bother trying, I'm not going to let you out, so don't bother. As he took up the helmet, this really is a thing of beauty. If only I was born in Wakanda, the things I could accomplish there. The prince looked up. Just so you know, you don't win the mantle of Black Panther through trials by combat. Really? How then, the man asked. It was more of a spiritual test to see if you was truly worthy to be Black Panther, said T'Challa. What kind of test, the man asked. Was it difficult? More difficult than you can ever imagine. And you're holding the test in your hands. My hands? You mean your mask? Yes, every Black Panther helmet is blessed. If you put it on and live, you've been chosen. But if you fail, you die, the man finished. But if I live, I get all the powers of legend, right? Correct, T'Challa said. But it's 1 in a million. 1 in a million, huh? The man asked as he lifted the mask over his head. T'Challa looked up in shock. Wait a minute, seriously. Don't put on that helmet. The man did not listen as he slowly slid the mask over his head. The metallic helmet slid around his head perfectly. Well, I'm not dead, he said. But I don't feel any but he was cut off. As a sharp, beating sound was coming from the mask, the white eyes flashing red. Then there was a violent zapping noise as smoke came from the helmet. As the big man dropped to the ground a large thud. T'Challa made sure that the man was out. As he picked up himself as he was hunched over in a chair. As he smashed the chair into the wall several times and broke out of it. As he shimmied the bindings off. As he walked over towards the corpse. I guess you were not worthy, he said. As he took off the mask and looked down at the lifeless face below him. As he then heard gunfire ringing through the base. As he looked down at the big man, his clothes would not fit him. As he walked over to the door. As he gave 2 heavy knocks. A couple seconds as the door slid right open. Hey Oat, you done? We need to go, there is someone attacking the base. The guard called out. But a fist slammed into his jaw as he fell down. As T'Challa pulled him into the room as the man was his size. As he went outside, as he saw the blonde man, 2 of them. Uzumaki? As the 2 clones looked, Who's asking? Wait, the clone said. Prince. The clones then poofed away as the prince went down the hall. The real Naruto smirked as he got the memories, found him, as he ducked as a man took a swing at him with a knife. He's heading our way, he's on the second floor now. As Naruto slammed the man in his gut, the man's eyes went wide as Naruto broke his armor into the knife. Naruto then thrust the knife behind him as it teared through a man's skull. As Naruto delivered a powerful roundhouse kick to the man in front of him that sent his body crashing into the wall. Ilyana nodded as she summoned one of her portals as all the bullets went inside, as the portal appeared behind the man as the bullets rained out, striking them all over as their bodies dropped to the ground. So, what's the plan, she asked. To be honest, I've been improvising ever since. These guys attacked the city, but I think I got it under control though. She looked around as she saw dozens of Naruto attacking and the chaos that was going on. You call this under control? Well, yeah, Naruto said, as all of the men that was around them were killed or knocked out. Come on, let's go find the prince. Ilyana wiped away the sweat from her forehead. Yeah, let's move. Are you sure you can keep going, Naruto asked. There's nothing wrong in taking a breather. I can handle the prince. No, Magic said. I told you. I can handle it. Alright, Naruto said. But if it looks like you're falling behind, I'll have a clone take you home. No exceptions. Fine, she said. Alright, follow me, Naruto said. And stay close. T'Challa realized that the hallway he was in, the place was rather large. Every 30 seconds he ran into a group of these soldiers or a group of Narutos, as none of the men would tell him where Tishan was, and every time a clone came across him, they poofed away. He then stopped as he heard something outside as he looked towards one of the windows as he saw an airplane, as Tishan and another was running towards it, as he growled and pulled the dead man assault rifle, as he opened fire blowing through the glass, as he then tossed the gun away and moved back, as he then jumped right through the small hole, as he rolled on the ground, as he looked up. Traitor, he said. Meanwhile, Naruto and Ilyana stopped as they saw T'Challa jump through a window and yelled traitor. That was him, wasn't it? She asked. Yep, Naruto said. Should we go after him? Probably, Naruto said. She then opened a portal. You first, she said. As Naruto jumped through, as he blasted after T'Challa, who was outside. Meanwhile, T'Challa was dodging bullets as he wasn't wearing his armor, as the two men opened fire on him as they were next to Tishan, as he grabbed a pistol and fired back, hitting the second man in the knee as the man fell to the ground. As he slid behind a tree as he took a breather, as the remaining man fired after him. As he was about to try something else, a blur then fly past him, as he saw Naruto with his hand through the man's chest with lightning coming off of it. He then saw Naruto turn his attention to Tishan. No, he called out. Huh? He's mine, T'Challa said. Tishan scoffed as he pulled out a handgun as he aimed for T'Challa. Don't think I don't have the stomach to kill you while you're handicapped like this, cousin. You can't brush off bullets without my armor. Bang! As a bullet teared through his shoulder. But Tishan watched as his cousin was still coming towards him as he released two more bullets as they hit him in the left side in his thigh, and this time he staggered a bit. But he then kept on running forward. Why? Why won't you stop? I will kill you, cousin! As Tishan was shaking his hands as his sights landed on his cousin's head, he had the power to shoot him right in the skull. That hesitation proved fatal as T'Challa grabbed the gun and pulled it out of his cousin's hand as he struck him in the face with a fist. As the man was sent flying to the ground, the moment he landed with a thud, two pair of hands wrapped around his neck. As he looked up at his cousin's face, as he blinked away the tears, his cousin had so much anger and rage on his face. As he was kicking his legs and flailing his arms, as he could barely breathe as black markings started to cover his vision. As T'Challa ignored all of that, as he just wanted to see the life leave the man's eyes. As Naruto walked over, as the body on the ground went limp. It's over, he's gone, Naruto said. T'Challa blinked as he released his hold on the man's neck. He brushed off Naruto's hand and get up. What are you doing here? I came for you actually, Naruto said. The man that T'Challa had shot in the kneecap got off the ground as he pointed his gun at the prince's back. Bang! As Naruto moved off with incredible speed. As T'Challa turned, Before any of them could do anything, a portal opened up behind the man, with a blade coming out of it with flames on it as it drive through the man's back. As the man fell down, Naruto said Ilyana as she ran out of the portal. As Naruto fell over, as there was a bullet hole near to his heart, up to his chest. How is this happening? The bullets always bounce off of him, said Ilyana. These soldiers' bullets are laced with vibranium. I doubt whatever your friend used to stop normal bullets would stop one of those. As he turned Naruto over, the bullet didn't went clean through. Whatever he used must be extremely strong though. I doubt even my suit could manage that. As Naruto grew pale as his breathing was kicking up. What is happening to him? Ilyana asked. He's going into shock, said T'Challa. Grab that bracelet, that bead, he said. Hurry, he said, motioning toward Tishan. What? Ilyana said. Now, said T'Challa, as she quickly grabbed the beads. As T'Challa took it, as he removed one of the beads and pressed it up against the wound. What are you doing? Asked Ilyana. Watching as Naruto started to calm down as he passed out when she went to cut the beads. Stabilizing the wound, said T'Challa. He then looked towards the woman. What were you two doing here? We were in the city during the attack. And you came to rescue me. Why? She looked at Naruto with worry on her face. Him. Why? Asked T'Challa again. Because he's just that kind of guy. He saw that you needed help, so he helped you. He is not a very complex person, she said. T'Challa sighed as he looked down at the unconscious blonde. Can you carry him? What? Said Ilyana. I need you to carry him to the plane. As he got up. Why? She asked. As T'Challa motioned towards his wound. No, I mean, why are you helping us? She asked. I guess your friend and I have more in common than I thought. Can you really fly that plane? She asked. I'm adequate, he said. Meanwhile, wake the hell up, you idiot. Naruto opened his eyes as he was in front of Kurama, as he was in his mindscape. Has it come back to you? Kurama asked. Yeah, Naruto said. What the hell that bullet was made of? You almost got yourself killed, you imbecile. You almost got me killed. You could have used your magnet release to stop the bullet, or the gun. You could have pushed the prince and yourself out of the way. You could have intercepted the gunman. But no! Instead you jump in front of the bullet, gambling on your superiority over these monkeys. When will you stop trying to be the self-sacrificial hero? Because your stupidity isn't just risking your life, but mine as well. Naruto rubbed the back of his head. I'm sorry, Kurama, but you have to admit, the bullet should have never been able to penetrate my nature chakra enhanced skin. It never did before anyway. I heard Prince T'Challa say that the man we fought used vibranium tips, but even then it didn't penetrate your skin completely. Your enhancement acted as a good enough buffer to slow the bullet down halfway. It's currently launched into one of your lungs. Eventually, your healing factor will push the bullet out, and you will return back to normal. But at the rate that you are bleeding, I had to give it a little more of a kick, so in short, you won't die. Especially since the prince is taking you and the woman to his home. Well, thanks for the assist, Kurama. Why am I here though? I brought you here so I could curse at your stupid ass, Kurama said. Naruto. Did you hear that? Naruto looked around. Hear what? Did all that blood loss make you stupid or something? Well, more than usual. There's no one here except you and me. No, I'm serious. Someone call my name. Naruto. There. Don't tell me you didn't hear that. I don't hear anything. Are you sure you're fine? Kurama asked. Yeah, I'm fine, Naruto said. As he got up and started to walk away. Where the hell are you going? Kurama asked. I'm going to find that voice, I guess. Why exactly? Kurama asked. If I'm gonna be in here, I'm not gonna just sit around here and watch you nap. Kurama just grumbled as he closed his eyes. I'm really sorry, Naruto said. All is forgiven, idiot. But maybe next time, don't follow your instincts. Let your brain do some of the work, idiot. I'll keep that in mind, partner, Naruto said, as he walked away. As Naruto never really walked these halls, but now it was different. It was a blood red on the walls, with a black line going down. Still, it was still filled ankle deep with the water, but Naruto got used to it. As he never explored this place before, where the Ancient One did recommend it. Perhaps he should take a look around and see what is going on. What the hell? Naruto came to a stop, as there was a door just there. Has this been here before? He wondered. As he walked up to it, as he turned the knob. But when he looked inside, he just sighed, because the only thing was in there was darkness. As he opened it and stepped inside fully. But the moment he did, this door slammed behind him as he turned. It was gone. Great. That wasn't freaky or strange at all. Let's go exploring, I said to myself. Let's go find the voice. Goddamn idiot, he said, cursing at his own self. But he then saw a flickering orange light on the horizon as he walked towards it. As he noticed he wasn't walking through water anymore, the ground was smooth. As he finally reached it, it was a campfire. As he saw someone sitting down. As it was a Shinigami, Naruto said. Or are you the death god or something? It's really confusing, but this time, there wasn't any specific thing to show that the Shinigami was even a male or woman this time. Do you not like my form, beloved? The Shinigami said. Perhaps I should choose an easier one for you to accept. As her face started to change and merge into something else. No! Stop it, Naruto said, as her pink hair came out. No! Naruto said. Alright then, perhaps this one. This one is in your memory as well. As this time, her eyes became pale and dark blue hair. I said stop! Naruto shouted. Fine, the Shinigami said, as her hair became blonde, someone that Naruto didn't recognize. Is this better? She asked. Naruto walked closer as he took a seat. Hello, Death. Such a weird name, don't you think? I think it's best if you call me something different. Having finally calmed himself, Naruto spoke. Well, what do you want me to call you? How about Freyja? She asked. I think that's a more fitting name, do you? How so? Naruto asked. Freyja, a name given to the Lady of Love, Beauty and Death, Freyja said. Appropriate, don't you think? If you think so, Naruto said. What is going on, Freyja? What is this place? This is my little corner in your seal, and I guided you here, beloved. Why do you call me that? Naruto said. She didn't answer at first as she simply looked into the small campfire. As she then smiled softly. I have existed since life was given by my brother. Because of my existence, I am connected to everyone. I watch over the universe, making sure everyone follows their path to my embrace. And in that moment, I'm finally able to be with them, even if it's just a moment. And that has been my entire existence, my purpose, that I accepted a long time ago. That I would be only allowed to feel those small moments when they came to death and then passed on. But then you came along, and for the first time in my long life, I've been with someone. I was connected to you. You weren't a god, claiming name to boost your status. You were just a small speck in the universe. But it is because of this seal, our connection, that I've been able to watch you. Suddenly, the fire grew brighter as Naruto looked into the flames, as he saw himself as a small child, sitting on the swing set swinging, as the other parents walked by with their kids. I watched your life, all of it. The good. This time the image flickered to show Naruto and the third sitting at a campfire, two of them laughing. And the bad. As the fire changed again to show Naruto sitting down at his table, as he had a small birthday cake by himself as he blew it out, all alone. I have seen your greatest triumphs, she said, as the flame morphed again to show Naruto crawling over to Gaara. I have seen your failures. It then changed again to show Naruto bandaged up, apologizing to Sakura for not bringing back Sasuke. I have seen your highs, she said. It then showed Naruto being thrown up in the air as people were calling him the hero, as he saved the world from pain. And your lows, she said, as he saw Mizuki's betrayal, the death of the third, the death of Jiraiya, Sasuke defeating him, Konoha destruction, Hinata being cut down by pain, Sasuke falling to insanity, Neji's sacrifice. It then switched to this world, the death of Charles, Natasha, betrayal. It then landed on Naruto carving all of his fallen comrades' names into a memorial stone. You are the living embodiment of pain and hardship, and yet, strangely, you are not broken. You hold yourself together with pure will. You persevere, you push through life to find the next adventure. You make new bonds, new friends, new family. Here in this sea life sit here, to see the greatest show that has ever been shown. How can't I fall in love with someone like that? Frasier asked, looking Naruto in the eyes. I called you my beloved because that is what you are. Simple as that. Whoa, Naruto said. If I flustered you, I apologize. It is just that this is a strange experience for me. I can't tell you how long it has been since I talked to someone that isn't my siblings. So, you know everything about me, huh? Naruto asked, trying to change the topic. Yes, I know everything. Every thought that went through your mind. And even that little plan of yours. As she gave him a curious look. Plan? Naruto said. As her smile grew wide. Don't bother playing stupid, my beloved. I told you, I knew everything. You might be able to hide your plan from Kurama, but not me. I know what you're planning. But guys, to be in this episode right here, if you want to see the next part of this, I already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends on your social media platform, and stay in tune for what if Orochimaru was Naruto's father. But for now, I'm out of here, guys. See you guys soon. Peace.